How many of you know that God's got something better in store for you? God has so many great things.
Y'all on my 5 minutes? Sit. I'm in awe of him. I understand now the songs I didn't understand when I was growing up. They sang a song, I come to the garden alone, who is still on the roses. What is wrong? And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. That's all he wants. We say that every Sunday in Sunday school. And the song didn't make any sense until I matured in God. Somebody listen to that thing. Because sometimes you can sing songs, like that last song y'all sang, I don't know half the words y'all said. I ain't know if y'all was cussing me out, and I don't think y'all even knew the words. Oh, I just put them on blast, so I don't do it. And I like to hear what you're singing. Because death and life is in my mouth. I can speak those things that be not as though they have already occurred. I'm living in a season where I'm getting ready to possess what I speak, so I got to be careful what I say. No, I ain't going to say bless you because you sneeze. I got to be careful who I bless. But that's just manners, Pastor. No, baby. My bless you carries validity. If I say bless you, you're going to be blessed. If I say miracle, it's going to... No. This is what the Lord said to share with y'all. And this is not the regular Pastor Kelvin shout style. The Lord says, while I'm in Florida, he says, go back and tell your church the reason why 86% of the congregation is going through right now is because I have called you to a national assignment. And he said that the problem is, Brother Anthony, he said the problem is people are trying to do a national assignment with a local mentality. My God. And he says they can't, Brown, he says they can't do a national assignment having a local mentality. So he says you got to help them to reposition their minds. The seasoned church used to sing a song, elevate your mind, let's go higher. Elevate your mind, let's go higher. Elevate your mind, let's go higher. Let's go higher in the Lord. They don't sing songs like that. So the saints sit in the pews and become perplexed. Because nobody's telling you as a man thinketh in his heart. So if you think victory, if you think defeat, God says, tell them, what I'm doing is I'm fulfilling this national assignment in them. But too many of them are trying to be a local ministry when I've called you to the forefront. Father, they don't like this. Lord, he got the board up there. He has stuff written on it. Honey, child, I don't know what's going on with Pastor. Then the Lord says that everything we do from this point on has to be intentional. Say intentional. Intentional. Oh, John, I'm saying it's this side leave. I don't have a. Give me my glasses. I think they left. Are y'all here? Say intentional. Intentional. I just hear the college students. I don't hear say intentional. Intentional. Sister Mary, I know she's on that side. What are you saying? God said from this point on, everything you intention. It has to be with intensity. They ain't gonna like me, Father. He says your giving has to be intentional. Your prayer life has to be intentional. Your preaching has to be intentional. Your living right has to... I'm sorry. Bishop Owens preached about holiness and told us to go back and preach about holiness. But I didn't intend on talking about it today. But your living right has to be intentional. You can't just do what you want to do. You got to be in. Because if you want the blessings of God, they only come on folks who are intentional. God says you got to be intentional in your tithing. You got to be intentional when you're giving. When you get your check, you got to say, wait a minute, before I do anything else, let me get this tithe out. You got to come by the church and slip it in the door. You got to be intentional. Because where God is taking you, Father, pray for me. Where God is taking you, the foolishness of your past cannot come into your present. I was doing good. I should have kept zooming and let you just keep playing. I felt like I was in between keys or something. He said it has to be intentional. He said your serving God has to be intentional. What do you mean serving God is intentional? It means sometimes I ain't going to feel like going, but I'm going to go because it's right to go. Sometimes, Pastor, I got to be honest with you, I don't feel like going and getting on the bus in Lynchburg and losing my 3 hours getting off early, but I'm going to do it because you asked. Oh, I thought y'all would say, man. Everybody else going to say it. It means I'm no longer doing what I want to do. Intentional means whatever your hands find to do. I ain't going to ask who was doing this before I got here. I'm going to say it needs to...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done. Get it done.
What are you doing? You ain't the janitor. Why are you picking it up?
All right.
It needs to be done. I'm not waiting on the janitor.
That's right.
I have a kingdom assignment on my life. And I can't wait. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get things together.
That's right.
Why? Jesus is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus is coming to the house this morning, so I got intentionally.
That's right.
Can I help you? The man was at the pool of Bethesda, but he was there with intent.
Yes.
And anticipation. Can I teach you for just a minute? God says some of y'all ain't getting nothing from God because you have no anticipation. And you're not intentionally coming into the house of God saying, this is what God said to tell you, and I'm finishing. God says everything you do has a purpose. Look at your neighbor and say, everything I do has a purpose. If I had time, I'd talk about the motivation behind it. Because some of y'all do the right thing for the wrong reason. Doing the right thing for the wrong reason. Some of y'all want the other boys to see you. Lord Jesus. See, I sit under Bishop Owens and I get messed up. Some of y'all want the other girls to see. We talk about the boys, but we don't talk about the girls. Yes, sir. You might need to just hit beat natural or something. God is searching for the motivation of the hearts of people. Because a whole lot of folk are in church, but church ain't in them. A whole lot of folks, God has called you from Egypt, but you still got Egypt mentality. God says it has to be intentional. Not only does it have to be intentional, it's got to be calculated. You got to understand, some of y'all are struggling because of your connection to greatness. So what he wants to do is get you to the place that he separates you from the mentality of where you're going. So you get stuck where you are. I know it ain't organ behind me right now, but I need you to shake a neighbor's hand like you're going to shake it off. College students, I love y'all. But I'm going to go back here about rope 6 and start slapping some folks. Shake your neighbor's hand like you're going to shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. In the name of Jesus. Shake the devil off. Satan, I rebuke you. Shake the devil off. Satan, I rebuke you. Shake the devil off. Satan, I rebuke you. Shake the devil off. In the name of Jesus. Shake the devil off. Now let me help you. Because the time of having victory in church and being defeated on Monday is over. The time of dancing and shouting in church. And when church is up, you can't control your flesh. It's over. It's time to fulfill the mandate for which God has called us. You can't sing on the choir and you're a hellraiser. I'll push you off. Yokes now have to be destroyed. Burdens have to be removed. People are going through too much just to come to the sanctuary and be hemmed up and bound up by demonic singing. The last time I checked, Isaiah said the yoke shall be destroyed. I need some anointed choir members. I need some anointed musicians that'll get before God and say, God, before we play air note, before we pick out any song, we don't want to sing nothing unless you want to. Look at somebody and say, he's serious now. So there, y'all see it? Our 5 minutes is increased. So there must be strategy. The person beside you asking, what you gonna do with your life? Can I say something? It's Black History Month, man. We had a wonderful Black History moment this morning in the 8 o'clock session. It's called my Fearless Wheatley. But isn't it funny? What year is this? See, I know what year it is. I just want to make sure you know. Isn't it crazy that in 2013, there's still some of us who are in the congregation shouting, but we're still slaves. Running around the church, but we're still slaves. Come to church every Sunday, but we're still slaves. I need you to take your finger. I need you to get ready for this one. This one right here gonna be powerful. Take your finger. Don't put it in your neighbor's face, because there are some folks in church that are not delivered. In every house there are vessels of honor, dishonor. But at least let them know you mean it. Tell them, neighbor, it's time for you to get the devil off your back. So every excuse you used last year, it's not going to work this year. So you got to recognize you got some power now. You gotta recognize victory already belongs to you. You gotta act like you're more than a conqueror. Act like you're victorious. Act like you're triumphant. So God says, as we move, God says, Father, as we move, not only do we have to be intentional, we have to have a strategy. No man builds a tower without first sitting down, counting up the cost to see whether or not he has enough to fulfill the mandate. I hear you, Holy Ghost. Lord, ooh, I almost start shouting. This ain't even no shout message. I need you to grab at least 3 people and tell you have what it takes. Y'all didn't hear that in your spirit like I heard it. I need you to grab somebody and tell you have what it takes. Tell you that he would have brought you this far to leave. He would have anointed you and he didn't give you victory. He would have lifted you up and gave you a testimony if he didn't need it. I need you to put on somebody and tell you have what it takes. Last 2 things. Everything is for your assignment. And has a purpose. That's why I have to pray for folk. Come on, Father. Come on. I need you men. We got to get in there. I know it's communion. I must pray for folk. Because everything in your life has a purpose. Look at your hands. Say, my hands have a purpose. Say, my money has a purpose. You're talking to me now. Say, my car has a purpose. Say, my children have a purpose. Can I tell you anything? Can you play 1 minute of sound music and just stop? Wait a minute. Let me tell you why. I just saw somebody's son coming through the door saved. That's right. Church don't get in the shout. I said I just saw somebody's son. Somebody's praying.